would like to take this opportunity to thank our underwriters for their support of ACTV's television coverage of this game. Gould Insurance Agency, 41 Sparhawk Street, Amesbury, Mass. Your hometown insurance agency since 1934. Community-driven, customer-focused. Amesbury Industrial Supply, 24 High Street, Amesbury, Mass. Shop smart, shop local at one of New England's most complete veteran-owned hardware stores with over 50 years of experience in customer satisfaction. It's been said, if they don't have it, you don't need it. Amesbury Industrial Supply.
Watch for Max Sanchez. He needs 190 yards to beat the...
Good evening, ladies. Good evening. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Amesbury Community Television's broadcast of Amesbury High School Varsity Football. My name is Frank Erzak. I'll be doing the play-by-play for today's game, along with me, Mr. Edu Martin on color commentary, and Mr. Richie Eaton on stats. Today's game features the AHS Redhawks versus the Newburyport Clippers, and this will be the 100th game of the traditional Thanksgiving Day clash. Amesbury comes into today's game with a 9-1 record and a date in the MIAA Division VII Super Bowl on December 1st. Newburyport has an equally impressive record of 8-2, having lost to Foxborough in the Division V quarterfinals. Both teams are equally explosive, Amesbury relying on their potent running game and Newburyport countering with their wide-open passing spread offense. It's Turkey Day and anything is possible. This should be an exciting contest. What are you looking for in tonight's game, Edu?
Well, Amesbury's assured us they are going to go all out here. They're not looking forward to next week at all. Their entire focus was on today, and expect a maximum effort from both teams today.
And also we got Richie Eaton here on stats. Richie, a little comment here about the Newburyport team and what you're looking for?
Like you mentioned, Frank, Amesbury's explosive offense with their rushing attack. Newburyport has a strong running attack, but they also have a good passing attack with Sean Miles. So it should be an interesting game, both offensively, but at the same point, defensively, Amesbury's a little stronger defensive team than Newburyport. They've allowed less points over the year, but they're both within points either way. You know, I think Amesbury scored 6 points more than Newburyport might have allowed. On an average 6 points a game less. So it's going to be a close game, but the good thing is the field looks in great shape. Consider all the rain we had yesterday. That shouldn't hurt the running attack at all.
All right, a couple little comments here, Edu, about this 100th anniversary game. This goes back historically a long time, and just an exciting rivalry. In the old days, it was the Amesbury Indians, but now it's the Amesbury Redhawks and the 100th anniversary game. So this is looking good. The field, as Richie just mentioned, is looking awesome out here. We got some good graphics on the field for this.
And, you know, we got beautiful weather today. We got a little gusty here. You know, special teams, you know, might be impacted by that. It is gusting around. The wind's whipping around that flag. A couple stats here. Newburyport leads the all-time series coming in today, 52, 41, and 6. And about 300 points more in Newburyport's favor over those previous 99 games. Newburyport won the inaugural game 11-10 back in 1891. And none of us were here for that, even though the rumors say we were. 1975, the J. Walter Chase Trophy was added to the rivalry, awarded to the winner of the game. They do that right after the game. He was a Newburyport native, born in 1889, was a super fan of the Clippers, and was a beloved member of the community. He attended most every football game until his death in 1975. And since the introduction of the trophy, Newburyport leads 29-18.
Okay, we're also going to have a little preliminary stuff here coming up in a moment or two before the game. Robert Boots Chenard, NHS 1941, will be brought out as an honorary captain of the for Newburyport. Chenard, by the way, will turn 100 in December. Most of you may be familiar with some of his articles and things that he writes for the Newburyport Daily News, but congratulations to Boots. Been around for a long time, more than all of us. Also before the game, both William Ryan, AHS 1942, and Mike Lago, AHS 1951, will be brought out as honorary captains for Amesbury. Both of these teams, too, interestingly enough, will be wearing throwback uniforms. Amesbury coming out here, really fancy. I kind of like those with the red stripes down there.
I do. They're fantastic. Even the referees are getting in on the act with the old uniforms with the old-style caps.
But it's interesting. I like the Amesbury, like the nice clear colors with the stripes. And Newburyport has their, when they come, you see they got their gold and crimson, but they also have some yellow stripes on theirs as well, the gold stripes. So it's interesting to see back the throwback jerseys.
I kind of like them. All right, so this is going to be an interesting contest. As we said, Amesbury coming in with a 9-1 record, and Newburyport at 8-2. Both of these teams lost, I believe, to Linfield earlier in the season. And Amesbury coming out onto the field here. Led by co-captains Danny Hutchings, Will Arsenal, Eaton Donovan, and Kyle Palin. Once again, the strength of Amesbury this year has been their running game, and we can't say enough about Amesbury's offensive line and defensive line, but they've done a heck of a job all season long, and looking to see the Sanchez brothers keep up their good work here. Interestingly enough, in terms of some of the stats here, we've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 of the top 10 rushing scorers in the contest here, led by Michael Sanchez from Amesbury with 18 touchdowns and 13 two-point PATs for a total of 134 points. Right behind him, Jack Sullivan for Newburyport with 18 touchdowns. 8 single points and 2 PATs for 120 points. So, as we said at the beginning, offensively, both of these teams are extremely explosive.
I think Amesbury's also boasted by the return of Max Sanchez. He missed 5 games this year, and he returned the last week's game, so that's going to be a big plus for Amesbury also.
And Sanchez, number 3 in the scoring in the Cal with 92 points, right behind Jack Sullivan. So
haven't missed half the season. That's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Now, one person that doesn't, we talk about the line a lot. We talk about the fleet of running backs. One person that, we don't talk about enough is sophomore quarterback Justin Doobie. He is the one that makes all this work. He's the field general. He's the one that's executing, taking those snaps, making sure the right players getting the handoff, just directing all the traffic. And when he's called on the throw, which is not that often, he's usually right on. He had a phenomenal bullet pass that set up a touchdown that really helped Amesbury pull away against Cohasset last week in the state semifinal.
Speaking of passing, Richie, Sean Miles for Newburyport, 88 for 139, 1,172 yards, and 16 TDs.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He missed the first game of the year. He was injured last year, and it took him a while to recover. And he didn't play much the first game. And each game, you can see him getting stronger and stronger. Now he's adding the running attack into it as well. He's got the confidence in his knee now, so he's running the ball as well. So he's got some good receivers. Again, one thing about Newburyport is they have a lot of speed this year. One of the fastest teams I've seen for Newburyport. All the guys that in the backfield can run. Sullivan's very fast. Colin Fuller, basically Miles can run. And Brennan, another running back. So they got some good speed and good receivers. But it'll be Newburyport's will probably be passing a little more than obviously more than Amesbury will. But when you got an offense like Amesbury, they average 8 yards a carry. I think Newburyport averages like 6.8 a carry. So that's a lot for running.
All right, we got the the captains out here at
Number 7, Angus
midfield here.
Number 13, Sean Miles. Number 9, Kane Brennan.
Now, has Newburyport faced an offense like Amesbury's this year? There's a lot. We've seen spread offenses all year coming in here. Has it been spread that they faced all year as well?
Not as much. They haven't seen a running attack like this, no. Linfield was close. They were a tough team. But the other teams, they played pretty well. And Foxborough was just real strong defensively. And that game wasn't really a 37-0 game. They scored the last play of the first half, last play of the game, and things like that. So it was basically Basically, a running attack like this they haven't seen yet. Newburyport has a strong line, but it's going to be interesting to see. They're pretty good against the pass, but Amesbury doesn't pass that much. So one thing I was interested in, I know Amesbury doesn't kick much, but I saw the kicker kicking field goals from the 25-yard line. It was like a 35-yard field goal. He was kicking pretty well, but I don't think they tried much kicking during the year, did they?
I've never seen a place kick here in my 9 years of doing games here at Landry.
That's why I was surprised to see it kicking from the 25-yard line and put it right through.
All right, down there on the field right now, the introductions are the Robert Bouchenard, NHS 1941, honorary captain for Newburyport. Chenard, as we said earlier, will turn 100 in December. Also for the game, William Ryan, AHS 1942, and Mike Lego, AHS 1951, brought out as the honorary captains. As we get a nice shot here of the greetings here by both sets of captains and
paying respects to both sides. Very nice to see.
All right, this gonna say that this is probably the largest crowd we've seen all year here at Drew for the visitors, but again, it's just across the river. So nice to see. And by the way, we want to welcome our broadcast into the Newburyport cable system. Port Media is covering us today as well for Newburyport. That's nice to have, and hopefully we'll be able to continue this broadcast and things will go as they should.
I know a lot of people were asking, wondering what was going on. I said that they were going to be trying to work with Amesbury to see if we could get it, and it worked out great. So you talked about the crowd. I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would be a bigger crowd with this being the 100th game and everything else. I thought it would be bigger than this. And Frank, when we were kids, we used to get the game about an hour before time if you wanted to get a seat for a game.
An hour? How about 2 hours?
Yeah. Well, some games did, yeah. Thanksgiving was kind.
Didn't matter if it was raining or snowing. You had to get here early to get a seat, whether it was at Newburyport or Amesbury. All right, the coin toss. Newburyport will receive, Amesbury won, so they will defer. And we will go from right to left here.
Yep, we've seen the dangers of deferring. We saw it last week when Cohasset deferred to Amesbury. And 66 yards later from the first place scrimmage, Amesbury was up 8-0.
All right, once again, we want to welcome you to Amesbury Community Television's broadcast. Our crew tonight, Mr. Patrick Clifford, our director, Mr. Russ Monroe on graphics, and Mr. Tony Nuno on camera. I'm Frank Gerzak, along with Edu Martin and Richie Eaton.
Stand and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem by Amesbury High School Junior, Ellie Martin, and the posting of the colors by the veterans of Foreign Wars Post 2016.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. This is going to be gotten ready for the 100th anniversary Thanksgiving game between the Amesbury Redhawks and the Newburyport Clippers.
And it's going to be interesting to see which of the two teams, after all the hoopla's over, gets in the locked in the game mode. Once that first hit comes, who's locked in, who's ready to go.
Well, as you said too, Reggie, at the beginning, a beautiful day here at Landry Stadium. The field is in excellent condition. Congrats to the grounds crew out here. We got some nice graphics on the field here for the Thanksgiving Day game, which is always well appreciated by us broadcasters. We have some idea where we're at.
One of the few grass fields still left around. Most area schools have gone to turf. They have held on to the grass here, and it's looking pretty good today.
Yeah, I was surprised with all the rain we had yesterday. I thought it'd be a little muddier, and it's really in great shape.
Let's see, we have number 8, I believe Casey Garinger, and who's out there? Number 9 as well, Kane Brennan, and can't see who there is on the far side, but
Looks like I can't even see the number either.
hey,
He's number 5, Colin Fuller.
Colin Fuller.
Okay, 56, Aiden Donovan will do the honors here as we get underway. Kickoff comes over here to the near side, picked up by number 5,
Fuller.
Colin Fuller. Fuller looking for some daylight. Gets a nice block and an excellent run back by Fuller as he's still on his feet. He will not go down, and the referees are letting them play, and he's still going. What a great run back that time by number 5, Colin Fuller, all the way into Amesbury territory. So if this is the start of this game,
That was a great return, 32 yards. He took it from the 20-yard line, and it almost looked like the big thing to do in the NFL now, to get behind it and just keep pushing everybody forward.
Yeah, it's almost like a rugby scrum.
brotherly shove. We'll pick up these Newburyport players for you as we go along here. Number 13, Sean Miles, the quarterback. Spread formation, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top side. Newburyport with a pitch back out here onto the right. And a good cutback again by number 11, Jack Sullivan. So Sullivan picks up some tough yards. And Amesbury, again, has faced numerous spread offenses here all season at you. And if there's any basic problems with their defense, it's just trying to cover the pass all the time.
Yeah, they've been excellent against the run all season long.
A little confusion here. Newburyport puts 3 receivers to the top side, 1 to the near side. Handoff again inside, going right up the middle, looking for a hole, has enough for the first down. Good second effort that time. Kane Burnham on the carry.
Yep, Newburyport's lines winning the early battle of the trenches. They've opened a couple of holes and haven't had to put the ball in the air yet, and have a first down already.
There were some of those linemen out there, Richie. You guys are familiar with this team?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just get this one here.
That's all right. Okay. Pass over the middle is complete. And again, nice piece of execution that time. Over that time to Jones for Newburyport.
Yep, nice play fake there. After the first 2 runs, they were looking for another run and was able to dump one right out there to the slot receiver.
So Newburyport here moving downfield here quite easily. Sean Miles at quarterback, one of the co-captains. Pitch back this time over there to Brennan. Brennan finds a hole off the right side, and again, the scrum is on. And Brennan just driving forward. Finally, the officials blow the whistle. So again, an excellent run, 8 yards that time by
He took a hellacious hit and still got a couple of yards after that. Remember, a game like this, they're going to play not just to the whistle, to the echo of the whistle.
Brennan missed about 3 or 4 games this year because of an injury as well, so he's coming back to form now as well.
Once again, 2 receivers to the top side. Slot man in the right, 1 receiver to the near side. Handoff again to Brennan. Brennan looking for a hole, but this time he's going to be stopped. So good pursuit that time by Amesbury.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. Will Arsenault was right there to stop it. Now it's a 3rd and short. I don't know much about Newburyport's kicking game. Richie can fill us
Yeah,
on
they
that.
got a couple of strong legs. Filippo is the kicker that kicks the most of the extra points for Newburyport.
So unless something calamitous happens here, it's probably 4-down territory, though, probably.
And again to nobody. Pass over here in the flat is going to be complete, and
Webster.
going to be probably enough for a first down here. Very close. And that'll be good for a first down as Gus Webster on the reception. That time, the pass was simply floated out there by Sean Miles.
Yep, just a little floater out there because he had a guy wide open. No reason to gun it in there.
Jack Sullivan in the backfield now for Newburyport. Pitch back to Sullivan. Sullivan around the right side. He's going to be cut
Nice
down.
tackle.
Good pursuit, but enough for a yard or two.
Yep, Dorian Willison got out there. Ran the option. Quarterback got gummed up there, so he pitched out, but Willison was able to stay with the running back and hold it to 3 yards.
Let's call it 2nd and 7 from the 10-yard line. Sean Miles kept the ball that time on a quarterback designated play, I believe.
Yeah, that looked like a design run all the way. Was able to get another quick 3. I know we say it all the time, Frank, but important 3rd down here.
Kane Brennan checks back into the backfield for Newburyport. Sean Miles barking signals here. High snap, handoff to Brennan. Brennan looking to get inside the 5, down to around the 2-yard line. Going to be 1st and goal, I believe, for Newburyport, and it is. So Newburyport controlling the clock here, Edu, in this first quarter.
Yep, they've been moving the ball with relative ease. They've had all positive plays and get themselves set with the 1st and goal.
Kane Brennan, the lone back. High snap again. Miles with a keeper. And let's see, they're going to stop him just short of the goal line, I believe. No signal from the referee.
Oh, he's coming in with the hand up, so they're saying he was just a hair short.
So the Newburyport line doing a nice job here at this first quarter. As you said, Ed, you're controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Brendan, the lone back again. 2 receivers to the top side. Hand off to Brendan inside. Brendan's going to crash off the left side and going to be in for the touchdown.
Yep, that was just easy handoff. The line got enough of a push. It was only 1 yard. Just had to kind of dive forward, and he's in for 6.
All right, so Newburyport gets on the scoreboard first with 6:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Looks like Newburyport will go for 2 here. Watch out for this
setup.
formation here, yeah.
Some sort of swinging gate.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one before.
Pitch back on the outside and going to be a pass into the end zone. Great play.
Sullivan
Beautiful.
to Craig.
Yeah, so it looked like they were running some sort of option. They had the pitch out, and they had the run covered, but the one receiver was out there, was wide open because the secondary came up on the ball carrier. So easy 2-point conversion there.
It's the first time you had that setup there, and Sullivan threw the pass. I think it was Craig that caught it. It looked like it was 84 that caught the pass. But it was a nice fake there. Looked like Fuller was the quarterback on that one, too.
So, 2 explosively, the 2 explosive offenses that like to go for 2. 2-pointers are become important, in the math when it comes down to the end of the game if they're going to be running track meets up and down the field here.
Well, a great march off that time by Newburyport as they had an excellent run back on the kickoff right into the Amesbury territory, and they marched in from around the 48-yard line. So good series of downs for Newburyport, good clock control.
Amesbury gets their shot now and see what they can do with the wing tee.
Newburyport to kick off here, I believe Filippo. Squiggler picked up and looking to get some daylight, but some good pursuit again by Newburyport. Amesbury will take over 1st and 10 up around their own 37-yard line.
Now you get to see one of the premier running attacks in the state go to work.
All right, so we'll be looking for the Sanchez brothers. Number 20, Mike Sanchez. Number 25, Max Sanchez. And Christian McGarry, I believe, will be in the backfield to start for Amesbury. Justin Doobie, sophomore quarterback, to lead the attack here. 1st and 10 for Amesbury. Little mix-up inside there, and great pursuit over the left sideline that time by the right side of the Newburyport defense. So nothing there.
Yep, looked like there was a wrong turn there, and Newburyport got a good push and was able to stuff that for nothing. Newburyport's already put 9 in the box. They're not, pretending that they're going to run a fourth or anything. It's going to be 9 in the box right from the get-go.
And that's what everybody's done against Amesbury all season long. We know exactly what they're going to do, and you're right, there are 9 in the box. Doobie barking signals. Hand off to number 20. On the left side goes Mike Sanchez. Mike is not going to get too much out of that one, so Newburyport's defensive line here. Give me a couple of those players here. Richie for the Newburyport line.
Yeah, the Newburyport line is Karen is the big guy, number 75. He's the one that really blocks up the middle of it out there. Also, the linebackers line up pretty close there too. Sherman, number 51, is a big guy, and Persolano, number 55. They're the big keys on defense.
All right, so a big third down here for Amesbury. Third and a long 7 from their own 40-yard line.
Ooh, Newburyport almost jumped.
Long call pitch out here off the right side. Got some daylight, looking to go back inside.
Ooh.
And big hit there
Big hit by
on
Webster.
Sanchez. And Michael Sanchez was stood up and dropped.
Interesting to see. It's a 4th and fairly short. See if they are going to roll with this and go for it. I see no indication of any punt team coming on, so I think they're going to take a shot here early on.
And that was the first time Amesbury went to the outside. So 4th and let's call it a long 1. Max, Mike, and McGarry. Right to left. Hand off to McGarry this time. McGarry's hitting the backfield. Beautiful hit that time.
Big stop.
Good defense by number 9. Kane Brennan for Newburyport. So
Touchdown scorer, drive ender. Kane Brennan's been superstar so far early on here, the first half of the quarter plus. And now Newburyport has another short field to possibly go up 2 early scores.
big hit that time, though. Some great defense by Newburyport there.
Yeah, Gus Webster, number 7, had the big hit there. Lineman slowed him down, and he came in end of the play.
3 receivers to the top side, 1 to the near side. Sean Miles looking to pass. A good protection, fires out there in the flat, and that's going to be incomplete. Intended over there for Colin Fuller, number 5.
Yep, he was getting harassed there, trying to pick up the number there. Christian McGarry was in on the pass rush.
Some good pressure.
Got his hands up and made him airmail that.
Well, Amesbury's been only rushing 3 defensemen, 3 defensive linemen. Looks like they've spread this out a little bit here, but again, you have to counter the spread offense by Newburyport. 3 receivers to the top side, 1 to the near side. Sean Miles at quarterback for Newburyport. Handoff inside, and good tackle by McGarry that time as Sullivan picks up maybe a half a yard that time. So he'll become with a big third down again all of a sudden for Newburyport, Edger.
That's some mental toughness by McGarry, too. He was a ball carrier, got stuffed on 4th down there, but, didn't let him get down. He got right back. He's made 2 big plays right now and got him a 3rd and long and trying to turn away Newburyport here.
So big third down, 3rd and 10 for Newburyport. Again, high snap, pitch out over to the far side to Jack Sullivan. Sullivan's got some daylight and makes the first down. Excellent play again by number 11. Great run by Jack Sullivan.
He's got some real good speed.
This is the first time all year we've seen anybody actually really run on Amesbury. Even the other loss to Linfield, they stuffed Linfield's running attack. It was the passing that got him. But, this is really the first time all year we've seen this.
And they had good blocking out front there with 3 receivers to the top side. This time 2 backs in the backfield. Hand off to number 7 inside. Webster. Again, the scrum is on, and finally the whistle is blown. So Newburyport mixing it up very well here. Again, we know Newburyport can pass the football, but the running attack here, Richie is stepping up.
They're there. They'll throw a pass in once in a while, too. But right now, the offense has been running real well. And Sullivan is a big key. He can go any way. He can go wide, go down in middle. So you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you saw him throw a pass this last time in the extra point.
Brennan, number 9. Sullivan, number 11. Brennan in motion. Miles looking to pass. He's going to roll out to the left-hand side and run it out of bounds. Good decision that time by Sean Miles, as some good coverage in the secondary by Amesbury.
Yeah, Nico Cox and Christian McGarry escorted him out. Didn't give him room to run either. And Amesbury buckled down there. One thing I've noticed, last week the referees were pretty quick to whistle plays dead. They're letting them play the plays just a little bit more this week than they were last week.
All right, big third down again for Newburyport. They converted on their last one on 3rd and 10. This is about a 3rd and 8. Again, high snap pass out here in the flat. Again, is going to be complete. And again, I believe another first down.
Yeah, that was to Craig.
Newburyport.
Yep. So another difference from last week, Cohasset, that most of their passing game was behind the line of scrimmage, screens, that kind of thing. And Amesbury was content to let them complete the pass and then come up and make the tackle. Newburyport's throwing more downfield here, so when they're completing the passes, they've already got a bunch of yards. They might have to tighten up a little bit on these receivers.
DeVivo and Jack Sullivan on the near side. Number 9, Kane Brennan, the lone back. Again, another pass over the middle is complete, and good yardage again by Newburyport.
That was DeVivo.
DeVivo, one of the senior wide receiver here for Newburyport.
They're killing them with the in-cuts right now. You get the snap, someone makes an in-cut. There's a little bit of traffic from the other receiver, and they're able to get loose.
Craig and Fuller on the top side this time for Newburyport. The lone back is Brennan. Miles again with a keeper. He's got some blocking in front of him and going towards the goal line and going to be stopped just shy of the goal line, about the 1 yard line. So
that's gonna be first and
Newburyport
goal
is
from the one.
simply eating up the clock and the yardage here for the Clippers.
Yep, designed run there, took the snap, was able to find some room, and now they got, looks like 1 2 yard line. They got a first and goal situation here.
So Newburyport knocking on the door once again. Miles with another keeper. He's going to dance into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yep, just a replay of the play before. Direct snap, he was running all the way and had no real resistance there. The report's firing off the line and dominating the trenches right now.
And I tell you, this is the first time in a long, long time this season that Amesbury finds himself in a hole here. But gives them credit to Newburyport. They've done what they needed to do. A couple of real big third down conversions here.
Yeah, they're 4 for 4 on third down plays. After this kick, you mentioned about the offensive line, Frank. I'll give you the offensive line after this play. We made a chance to get into mention not going for 2 again.
All right. Standard formation this time here. Man in motion from left to right, handoff. Double reverse inside, and the same pass play again, and another 2-point conversion as Newburyport pulls off the razzle-dazzle here. And who's that? Is that number 5?
That was Sirota, number 3, passed
Number
to
3.
5. Was it Fuller to get the pass?
So number 3 for Newburyport on the reception, Sirota, junior wide receiver.
Newburyport's basically done exactly what Amesbury did last week. 2 quick scores, 2 quick twos, and they were up 16-0 early. For a team like Amesbury, the way they play, this is a really important drive for them because if they get, they're not a team that plays from behind with the running attack. So they need to get something here, kind of stem the tide a little bit and get back to 1 score.
Well, Newburyport controlled the clock here for just about the entire first quarter here, and the result in 2 nice scoring drives.
8 minutes and 47 seconds so far. Newburyport's had the ball. Amesbury's had a 2:20 in their first drive.
It's a little swivel kick and nice coverage that time by the Amesbury up man. Is that number 19 for Amesbury?
Ethan Kirby.
Kirby?
Special teams are well drilled. The up men know if it's coming right to them, just following the ball, no reason to be a hero. Take your good field position. They have excellent field position at the 49 and start your drive there.
Yeah, it's a good place to start for Amesbury.
Well, we know the Sanchez brothers, if they get outside, can score within, seconds. So we'll see what happens here. 1st and 10 for Amesbury from their own 49-yard line. Handoff inside, and Newburyport line is doing an excellent job. Michael picks up a tough 3 yards.
And Amesbury doesn't need to panic here. They don't need to do anything crazy. They can put together a long drive. So, near the end of the first quarter, put together a long drive, make Newburyport chase them around for a little bit, and see if they can get a score to, cut into this deficit.
And Amesbury, again, very content to stay on the ground so far. Doobie, I think, only threw 19 passes all season. Handoff to number 25, Max on the outside. Max driving for the first down. Going to be very close here. We'll see how they spot it. It's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, well, less than a yard. So, after 1 with the score, Newburyport 16, Amesbury nothing. A quick scoring summary there, Reju.
All right, 2 short runs. It was Kane Brennan with 6:15 left in the first quarter on a 1-yard TD run. And then they did the option pitch pass for 2. And then Sean Miles on a 2-yard run with 53 seconds left. Another reverse pass for the 2 again. It's 16-0 Newburyport here at the end of the first quarter.
All right, folks, don't forget, check us out on AmesburyCTV.org for live game time streaming and programming schedules. We're also streaming live on Facebook at Amesbury Community Television. And once again, leave us a comment. We're always looking for people interested in learning the intricacies of TV production. Frank Gerzak here, along with Edu Martin and Richie Eaton on Amesbury Community Television. Well, Richie, some of those offensive linemen there for
okay,
Newburyport.
Frank, let me give it to you. Get the sheet here. Okay, offensive line for Newburyport. Start out with number 54, Finn Brennan, 51, Jack Sherman, 56, Will Roper, and number 58, Owen Meyer. And rounding out number 69 is Peter Ozazua. They've been opening up some holes for Newburyport.
Doing an excellent job defensively as well. So Amesbury finding themselves down here by 2 touchdowns. Just underway here in the second quarter in the 100th game between Amesbury and Newburyport on our Turkey Day Classic.
That Max Sanchez run was the first time they really got loose on offense at all.
Quarterback sneak by Doobie. He's going to be pushed forward enough for the first down.
The brotherly shove is back. And that's been an added dimension to the Amesbury offense that, getting him, especially with the quick snaps. Oh, they're going right back up to the line quick.
Doobie blocking signals, handoff inside again to number 20. That's going to be Mike Sanchez off the left side. So Newburyport, again, with 9 players in the box there.
Yeah, they're not expecting a pass, so they're really cramming up close.
Amesbury usually dominates those battles in the trenches. Newburyport's been equal to the task so far, and it's been slow going for the Amesbury offense.
First and 10 on the Newburyport 35-yard line. Second and 7 on the Newburyport 35. Doobie hands off again, keeps it this time around the left side, and a great open field tackle over there by number 7 for Newburyport, Gus Webster.
That was a big play by Webster. If not, Doobie would have had a lot of room there.
They tried that dimension, let's have the quarterback run, but Webster was not fooled at all. You got 3rd and medium here as unless you have a calamity 4-down territory, most likely here.
And again, Amesbury content pretty much to stay inside the tackles, but Newburyport, 9 players in the box. Hand off to McGarry this time. Christian McGarry driving forward. He's going to be pushed back. We'll see where they spot him. Going to be shot.
Yeah, side with the refs on the side here are the officials. About 1.5 yards. So I see them absolutely going for it here.
So another 4th down. Newburyport stopped Amesbury on their last series of downs on a 4th down play. Coach Colin McQueen discussing things with the referee here on the near sideline. Kyle Palin up over the ball. Behind him, Justin Doobie.
Maybe a hard count here. Try to get someone to jump.
Hand off the left side and pushing forward again. Going to be very close. We'll see where they spot it.
Oh.
The referee signals for a 1st down.
So Amesbury's getting back to a little more of Amesbury football here, holding the ball, kind of, chewing some clock, keeping their defense off the field.
All right, the Redhawks here, and we got a
flag.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be against the coaching staff here. No. Offside?
Offside, Newburyport.
Okay, Newburyport must have lined up in the neutral zone there.
And I also appreciate the call from the ref. We don't usually get that. We were able to hear it up here.
I think Coach McQueen was talking to the referee on the sideline there, asking him, they got all these guys in the box here. What's going on?
That was the first penalty of the game.
Hand off to the left side. Ooh. And again, number 20, Sanchez for Amesbury, Max.
Another good tackle by Webster.
Yeah, he's the one that's been stifling that outside speed run so far. And that's going to be key to them because Amesbury, over the last several games, has absolutely dominated on the ground, getting those speed runs outside. They had over 200 yards and just touchdown runs between the Sanchez brothers last week, never mind anything else.
2nd and a long 2 for Amesbury inside the 20-yard line. Handoff again, looks like enough for 1st down. We're going to be very close again.
Yeah, looks like, I think he's got it.
Yeah, the chain gang's moving. Yep.
And yes, it looks like he does. He gets the line, so you know what that means, folks. It's an Amesbury.
Classic Amesbury drive right now. They're just grinding out yards, grinding out 1st downs, and taking some time off the clock here.
Well, Newburyport has done a good job defensively. This is the deepest penetration Amesbury has gotten so far. And again, it is tough in the trenches there. And both of these squads, we're going to have a penalty flag thrown on the field.
Offside,
and again, looks like Newburyport, 2nd time in a row, lining up in the neutral zone.
It looked like number 51 there, as he looked over, put his hands on his head. They're lining up aggressively, we will call it.
Yeah, well, doing an excellent job. Doobie at quarterback. Handoff inside to number 20. Off the left side goes Michael Sanchez.
Boy, good run.
Yep.
Sanchez
opened up a nice hole.
Looking inside the 5 to about the, let's call it the 3rd yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 3.
First time he's gotten loose, and was able to rip off a nice one there. I think both of those offsides were products of coaching. Coach McQueen's like, hey, we got something going on here, watch her, and all of a sudden you get 2 quick
You
flags.
saw him talking to the referee, that's right.
All right, Amesbury knocking on the door here. Doobie at quarterback. Going to hand off over to the side to McGarry. McGarry is going to be stopped short.
They're going to stop him short. So it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from, let's call it the 1.
I suspect you're going to see at least 2 more just straight up plunges up the middle by someone. You might see a Doobie shove. Yeah,
Doobie.
absolutely.
Now, Christian McGarry is the big back here for Amesbury to complement the Sanchez brothers. He's on the left side. Left to right, it's McGarry, Mike, and Max. And up inside and into the end zone, standing up, number 25, Max Sanchez. So Amesbury gets on the board here with 6:33 remaining in the second quarter.
That was a massive, massive score for Amesbury. They needed that to get some sort of foothold in this game. Now you got a fairly key 2-pointer here because Newburyport's hit their first two. They need to keep pace, otherwise it's still a 10-point game.
So a crucial PAT coming up here for Amesbury. Nico Cox, number 3, checks into the backfield for Amesbury.
Oh, they call this the Bloodhound formation.
Doobie. Handoff on the left side, and again, stopped in the backfield is number 20, Mike Sanchez.
Yeah, Jack Sherman on the stop there. So that's that Bloodhound that they like to run. It's kind of a wildcat where it's a direct snap to the running back and have him find a hole, except there was no hole to find there whatsoever.
So again, credit Newburyport with just some outstanding defense. That time they had 11 in the box. No place to go, and the battle of the trenches is going on here, and we have to give the momentum here to Newburyport.
I gotta say, we still have people coming in. Newburyport's filled in their side pretty nicely from pregame, and Amesbury is just absolutely packed here.
Yeah, so the first time in a long time we have people standing around the outside the fences here.
Old-time Cape Ann League football there, standing around the end zones, that kind of thing. It's fantastic.
Aiden Donovan to do the kicking for Amesbury. Little squibbler kick is going to be bounced around and finally corralled up around the 37-yard line by Newburyport. Down to the bottom of the pile there, number 3 for Newburyport, Eli Sirota.
Also well drilled there because, you get those squibblers up there. If you don't handle it cleanly, that's a live ball. But he was, had the wherewithal just to follow on it and set up his team with a decent field position.
Good field position. Newburyport will start from their own 38-yard line. 6:29 remaining here in the first half. Newburyport up by 10. Sean Miles at quarterback. Miles looking to run left side. Colin Fuller out there. Fuller's got some daylight off the outside. Check that out for Newburyport. My fault. Colin Fuller there at quarterback. So another nice piece of running.
Yep, first team all year that's been able to run with consistency on Amesbury. It hasn't really happened all year. Landry.
Let's see what we got here.
Sideline
warning.
Referees are getting involved in this one, which is good.
You got to keep control, especially when motions run high.
1st and 10 for Newburyport from the Amesbury 45-yard line. Handoff to nobody, a keeper right up the slot. Beautiful driving play, excellent fake that time. Number 5 there for Newburyport, Colin Fuller in at quarterback now.
Yep, excellent fake, and Kane Brennan sold it beautifully. He made it look like he was going on a dash around the outside while the ball's going up the middle.
So Coach Ben Smolsky coming in here with some, for lack of better words, little razzle-dazzle plays here that have worked quite effectively.
Fuller was the starting quarterback the first game of the year. Then when Miles came back, Fuller went to halfback, but he's got some good speed as well as ability to pass.
Here he goes again, right up the middle, enough for a first down.
Now, makes you wonder, did something happen to Miles, or is this just a different look?
No, that was what I was wondering, because he ran the ball 2 plays before that, and then the extra point, Fuller was the one that threw the pass, so maybe he got hurt on the run. Because he has had the bad knee.
All right, so number 5, Colin Fuller in there, along with Kane Brennan in the backfield. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top side. Fuller can throw the ball when he needs to as well. As I say that, Fuller over the right side, knocked down by McGarry. Good defense that time by McGarry.
Yeah, coming off that edge, he's been pretty stout with the pass rush, also stout, with the pass game as well. It's the first time they've really thrown, and they were throwing well early, and that's opened up the run for Newburyport.
All right, so Colin Fuller, got quarterback here for Newburyport. Brennan, the lone back. High snap again. Pitch back this time to Brennan. Brennan gets a block on the right sideline. Brennan could go. Finally knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. So Newburyport running at will here. Doing an outstanding job. And I tell you, they want this victory.
One thing Amesbury usually is really good at is, that first tackle getting there, hitting them, slowing them down. They're missing a lot of those first tackles, and they were able to get a lot more yardage because of it.
Fuller again, pitch back to Brennan around the left side. He's got some blocking again. Brennan's going to go in for the touchdown. So again, Newburyport simply running roughshod over Amesbury here. 8-yard touchdown run by Kane Brennan.
Yeah, and what Newburyport is doing better than anybody else has done this season against Amesbury is the wide receivers are blocking like fiends right now. They're sealing off those outside runs and letting them run roughshod.
Well, again, you put 3 receivers to one side and run to that side. You got some people in front of you. Fuller keeps the ball this time and not going to make it.
No good this time.
No, and that was a fairly huge stop there for Amesbury because it keeps it 16. It keeps it a two-possession game.
Yeah.
The score, Amesbury 6, Newburyport 22.
But Amesbury would do real good for themselves to score a touchdown on this drive. Remember, they deferred to open the game, so if they can score late in the half here, basically a 2-for-1 situation, get the touchdown, make it a one-possession game, and then get the ball right back to start the second half.
4:22 remaining, 52 remaining here in this first half. Once again, folks, we want to welcome everybody to Amesbury Community Television's broadcast of the 100th Turkey Day Classic. Frank Gerzak here, along with Edu Martin and Richie Eaton on Amesbury Community Television.
It's the first time we've seen Newburyport go into that quick offense, too. Amesbury does it quickly a lot of times, so it's really keeps the defense on their toes because they don't have time to really think what's going on. It happens so fast. Notice most of the kicks have been squib kicks by both teams so far.
And there's a good wind blowing from left to right across your TV screen.
Craig's got
here.
a pretty good leg, though. You might see him hit a little longer. No, still a squib kick.
Good move that time by the Amesbury special teams.
Joseph Celia, smart play, saw that thing coming, knew it was rocking out of bounds, backed off from it, and they're going to be set with excellent field position to start after the kick out of bounds.
So Amesbury will take over.
I believe they get spotted at the 40.
Is it 35 or 40?
I think it's the 40.
Let's see what
we got some confusion
They
here.
kick over. Maybe they have to kick over in high school.
Oh, maybe that.
Amesbury have
did Amesbury?
the option. The referee did signal.
Right, so they have the option to push them back and make them kick again.
Yeah.
Interesting play there.
Another 5-yard penalty against Newburyport.
So Newburyport's now going to kick from their own 35.
Now you might see them try to boom one instead of kicking a line drive.
Samuel Craig to do the kicking here for Newburyport. Line drive kick picked up on the far side, looking for some daylight. And good field position here for Amesbury.
Yep, made the good choice. They were able to get it right up to near midfield. Probably got a few extra yards out of it, and now they'll start near midfield again.
Ben Wood on the run back that time for Amesbury. So Amesbury with 4:46 remaining in the half here, to say the least, needs to get on the scoreboard again.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be in any sort of huge rush. They're still going to run their normal offense. They got plenty of time, 3 timeouts.
Hand off over the left side, looking for some daylight. Here comes Max Sanchez. Max puts his head down, takes a big hit. Very close, has enough, I believe, for a first down.
Yep, lowering his shoulder and running over the guy. Got him about 2 or 3 extra yards there.
Going to be short of the first down. So Newburyport hitting with ferocity here.
Yes.
There's been some hot hits.
Yep. They're not just trying to hit the opponent, they're trying to go through the opponent, both sides.
Kyle Palin up over the ball. Behind him, Justin Doobie. Full house backfield again for Amesbury. McGarry, Mike and Max. Pitch back this time to number 20. Mike Sanchez. Mike off the left side, enough for the first down.
So looks like they made some sort of a little adjustment here. Got a little bit more of a convoy going out to the side there, and they're starting to pick up these runs a little bit more, and starting to move the ball a little more effectively.
Well, all I can say is Amesbury is doing what they've done all season. That's run the football, and Newburyport knows they're going to run. And again, they got 10 men in the box this time. Pitch back again over here to Sanchez. Sanchez looking to get outside. He's going to be ridden out of bounds. That'll be Michael on the carry this time.
The one thing that Newburyport is doing with the stuff and the guys in the box that the previous couple opponents haven't, they're not just sending the linebackers in on run blitzes because they come in, you find that one hole, you got someone off to the races. They're keeping the linebackers back, so if they get through the first level, there's a second level to try to stop the play.
And Amesbury's running backs do their own blocking for each other as well. So see what happened. Pitch back to inside handoff. And again, nice play that time by Max Sanchez. Close to another first down. We'll see where they spot this. It's going to be a couple yards short. So a big third down again. Time running out here in this first half with 2:35 and counting.
Excellent play fake there by Doobie, too, because it looked like he was rolling out. You might see him rolling out with the ball in the next play to setting that up.
Once again, 9-10 players in the box, and we're going to have a whistle here.
Motion.
It's going to cost Amesbury 5 yards.
That's the first penalty against Amesbury in the game. Tough situation for them at this time. 3rd and 7.
Loss of 5.
So Amesbury going the wrong way on this one. But again, Newburyport, I'll use the word again, aggressive at that line of scrimmage and doing a yeoman job there of blocking things up. Third and a long 7 for Amesbury from the 30. Handoff inside, looking for a little bit of daylight again is Sanchez. And he's just going to be engulfed with a sea of players.
I think
Max Sanchez on the carry that time.
If he didn't get it, he's extremely close.
I think he's got it. Yeah, he's got it.
First down.
Yeah. So time becoming a little bit of a factor, but there are 3 timeouts. So, no need to do anything crazy yet.
So first down from the Newburyport 22-yard line. Doobie blocking signals. Doobie hands off to McGarry off the left side. McGarry is going to be stopped. Picks up a yard, if anything.
Newburyport's just firing off that line so well. And they're big firing off that line. So this stuff in those holes really well.
Hurry up offense here by Amesbury. Pitch back over to the left side. Leaving some blocking is Michael Sanchez. He's going to be ridden out of bounds.
Stops the clock, though. So he's able to stop the clock. It's a 3rd and medium. You know, you got 2 shots to get the first down and keep the drive moving. You got 1:01 left. You still got all those timeouts, so still can run your normal offense right now.
I'll tell you, Newburyport's got some big boys in that front line. That the first line of defense, and still looking to do some passing here by Amesbury, but Coach McQueen content to stay on the ground. Doobie hands off inside to Max. Max
Nice
Sanchez driving forward. Sanchez is going to be just stopped by inside the 5-yard line to, let's call it the 2-yard line.
And Amesbury will call their first timeout. Now, that was almost a behind-the-back handoff. They're doing some creative things with the handoffs to get them loose, and he was able to get that speed run in. Now you got first down.
I've been impressed
They're
with
adjusting the
Doobie the
clock
way he
here.
hands the ball off.
45 seconds left. You got 2 timeouts. You might throw a pass here, down here near the goal line to, because you have 2 timeouts and 4 plays.
Well, if anything, Newburyport has done a job keeping Amesbury contained, and if anything, Amesbury needs to score here.
Yes, this is a monumentally important series of downs here for Amesbury.
This is his last broadcast. He has been a steady supporter of all high school athletics and the River rivalry. Congratulations, Richie.
Yeah, very honored to share a broadcast booth with Richie today. Nice announcement for him here in the stadium just now.
I appreciate you guys having me over. Thank you.
Always a
Thanksgiving.
pleasure to invite a Pelican.
Right, you bet.
Always a pleasure. That's from the other Pelican. All right. First and goal from the 2-yard line.
First and goal from the 2.
Clock will be running. Justin Doobie at quarterback. Gonna do the
Push
quarterback sneak, and there's the push, and should
tush
be
push.
in for the touchdown. Yes, he is. Doobie.
So that was a massive play there for Amesbury. And just a massive 2-point conversion coming up, too. You get the 2 here. You're within 8. You're within 1 score. And barring something happening in the last 38 seconds, you've basically created a 2-for-1 situation for yourself.
Plus, Amesbury gets the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
Well, this is Turkey Day. This is anything happens. Don't be surprised to see a double reverse on the kickoff, too. That wouldn't surprise me.
No,
Let's
Newburyport
see
is
what
emptying the
Amesbury does
playbook.
here.
They have a wide receiver out there.
Sanchez on the left side. Handoff over to the left, and
I don't think so.
blasting close to the goal line, and it's no good. So Newburyport, again, just an outstanding job defensively.
So the 2-point conversion is no good.
If he didn't make it by much, but referees were right on top of it. Now, Amesbury did something interesting there. They split Mike Sanchez out wide left, trying to create a little bit more room for that run inside, and they had 2 running backs. But Newburyport didn't really panic and, played their assignments.
Here's one for you, folks. Get this. The day of the 1941 game, there was a blizzard. They couldn't play. The teams had to play the following Saturday. The following day after that game was December 7th, 1941. The attack on Pearl Harbor.
All right.
So, be interesting to see if Newburyport does bust out any funkiness here on the return. You don't want to do something too crazy because, fumble can still go the other way. But let's see if they try something. Newburyport is expecting – no, they're going to back off now. Amesbury is known to do the surprise onside kicks. We've seen them before. Probably not in this situation, though.
Donovan is going to
Yep,
squirrel
they are.
one off to the left side, takes a good bounce, and it's covered over here by
Craig.
number 85, Samuel Craig for Newburyport.
On by number 84,
So interesting because, if you recover that, you got 38 seconds left and half a field to go. The only thing I can think of, you do it now, then they're probably not going to be looking for it later, and you have another surprise onside kick perhaps.
Looks like Sean Miles will come back in at quarterback here for Newburyport. And number 11 in the backfield, Jack Sullivan.
Angie just needs to keep everything in front of him here, as they're going to try to take some shots downfield most likely.
2 receivers top, 2 bottom. Miles fires out into the flat.
Whoa.
Almost picked
Wow.
off over there by number 3,
Nico Cox.
Nico Cox.
Now, if it is,
He was
he's-
gone.
That was a pick six, yeah.
Yeah, that was a
have been.
dangerous pass there.
But no harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. I would probably recommend against doing that again, though, because the next one probably wouldn't be dropped.
Well, it could also be complete. 3 receivers to the top side, 1 to the near side. Pitch back this time over there to number 11, Sullivan. Sullivan is going to be still on his feet, going, and there's a block. Lou looked like a block from behind. Sullivan's going to run 50 yards cross court.
Oh, it might have been a late hit, too.
Ooh. Ain't- Amesbury got lucky on that one. That, as you said, Richie, that almost looked like a late hit.
He covered both sidelines there to gain 1 yard.
That's amazing. He gained a yard.
16 seconds remaining here.
So, it'll be 3rd and 8.
Third down for Newburyport. High snap again. Looking to pass this time is number 13, Sean Miles.
Yep. He had Ollie Ferrer.
Thought
bearing
Ainsley might
down
call a
on him.
timeout.
Miles slides.
So we're looking at probably a Hail Mary here.
And 4.
Yeah, I don't think they'll punt here. They
I-
probably want to just throw a pass up high and try to run the clock.
See what happens. Throw one deep. If he gets intercepted, probably nothing because you're going to have a gaggle of people there.
Looks like a timeout on the field.
Yep.
Timeout call.
Didn't catch who called that one, but
Amesbury called it.
Amesbury. Okay, that's his second.
Yeah, pretty academic at this time. So they're just going to school them. Keep the ball in front of you. Knock it down unless you have just acres in front of you. But knock it down. Keep it in front of you. Watch out for them. Running with it too, because you send everybody back. All of a sudden they're running at you. You got a problem too.
Well, I have to say that in this first half, Newburyport has definitely controlled the line of scrimmage. They've controlled the clock very effectively, and they have scored very effectively. So credit is due here to the Newburyport Clippers in this 100th anniversary Turkey Day game.
They, if they're not going to score here, the only thing that's going to have stopped them in the first half was the half.
So they'll have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line, and we know that Sean Miles can throw the ball, so you never know what's going on here. Yeah, we don't know anyways, but we do the best we can. 3 receivers to the top side, 2 to the near side. Lone back this time is the quarterback, and we got a penalty right off the snap here. Sean Miles was the only one there. Nobody in the backfield that time for Newburyport, so obvious passing formation.
Yeah.
Although he can run the ball from that position as well.
Yeah. But I think, they're going to throw something up there because if you try to run and you get tackled, don't get the first down, and Ainsley might have one last shot at something. Because it is 4th and 8, 4th and 9 or so.
7 seconds to go here. They could theoretically run around and run the clock out as well.
That's the big thing. They got to do that, or Amesbury's got the ball in good position, but a chance at least one play. Yeah, this will kill it
If
with
you're looking
the
to pass,
bomb.
you're going to air it out way down the far sideline. Incomplete.
Yeah.
But
And
that's
that
going
should
to
do it.
run the clock out at the time, at the half. So with the score, Amesbury 12, Newburyport 22. Little scoring summary here, Edu.
Yeah, so
Good.
Kane Brennan opened the scoring, 1 yard touchdown plunge, and they added the 2 on razzle dazzle pass, 8-0 Newburyport there. Sean Miles on a 2 yard touchdown run, same play going the other direction, made 16-0 at the end of the first. Max Sanchez with the 1 yard touchdown run to get Amesbury on the board. Newburyport stuffed the 2, make it 16-6. Kane Brennan with the longest scoring play of the day so far, an 8 yard touchdown run. Got some speed around the end. The 2-pointer was no good, made 22-6. And then Justin Doobie with the 3 yard touchdown plunge on the brotherly shove. The 2-pointer was micrometers short, we'll say. 22-12 Newburyport at the half. Amesbury will receive the ball to start the second half.
All right, folks, so this is the 100th anniversary of this Turkey Day Classic. And again, very glad here to be with you at Amesbury Community Television. Well, we got a couple seconds here for halftime. We'll do what we do every year, Drew, and that's we'll give a little shout out to the people that we like to shout out to. I'll start
Go
off.
for it, Frank.
I'd like to shout out to my son Tim and his wife Carissa Gerzak. Also to Stephanie, Adam, Easton, and Mark Taylor down in Florida, my grandsons. To Teresa, Evan, and Jackie Ehrlich out there in Hopedale, where the turkey is this year. And also to Paul and Terry Pollard out there in Washington, D.C., visiting their son Jake. So, and also I'd like to thank all the viewers that we've had this year. We've had some good comments, so I think we haven't done too bad of a job, and we appreciate that very much. So thank you to all those people, and also our crew again. Patrick Clifford, our director, Russ Monroe on graphics, Tony Noon on camera.
All right, so I got a few too. My family, of course. My mother, my sister, my brother-in-law, all consistent listeners. My 94-year-old grandmother, Peg Whitty, down in Ipswich. Undoubtedly listen to my uncle. Lived in Amesbury for 30-plus years. Roger Whitty, I'm sure he's listening today as well. One more special one. Longtime Amesbury resident Billy Harris had a health scare recently, but he is home. Hopefully listening in today. Billy, we love you. Hope you get better, and see you back at the Winter Circle soon.
How about you, Richie?
Okay, yeah, I have to give thanks to my wife for putting up with me for 50 years. And she's always there, has my schedule set up, so she always has everything ready for me. My kids, my 3 boys, Tim, Scott, and Pat, and my daughter-in-law, Rebecca, and the 3 grandchildren, Taylor, Brody, Olivia, and then the 2 up in Portsmouth, the 2 grandchildren in Portsmouth, Madison and Connor. So family is big. We're fortunate we're going to be able to spend the whole weekend, whole day today with the whole family. And it's always a big time of the year. The Thanksgiving Day game, then we go to dinner, and we get the whole family together. So it's a big time. Thanks to all.
All right, and again, we want to welcome our viewers from Newburyport on Port Media. We appreciate their hooking in with us today. And again, keep in mind, folks, check out AmesburyCTV.org for all your live game time streaming and programming schedules. And we're also streaming live on Facebook at Amesbury Community Television. So with the score at the half, Newburyport 22, Amesbury 12. We'll be back with second half action after this halftime intermission. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our underwriters for their support of ACTV's television coverage of this game. Gould Insurance Agency, 41 Sparhawk Street, Amesbury, Mass. Your hometown insurance agency since 1934. Community-driven, customer-focused. Amesbury Industrial Supply, 24 High Street, Amesbury, Mass. Shop smart, shop local at one of New England's most complete veteran-owned hardware stores with over 50 years of experience in customer satisfaction. It's been said, if they don't have it, you don't need it. Amesbury Industrial Supply.
That 2-for-1 might be huge for them.
I'll give you a few seconds. Take them out of your pockets. Okay, today's winner makes a whopping $634. You lucky dog. Go
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready here for second half action in today's game between the Amesbury Redhawks and the Newburyport Clippers in the 100th anniversary game of the Turkey Day Classic. Frank Gerzak here along with Edu Martin and Richie Eaton on Amesbury Community Television. Got some first half stats there for us, Richie?
Frank, these are unofficial, but first downs, Newburyport at 10, Amesbury 7. Rushing attempts, 22 carries for 127 yards for Newburyport and 23 carries for 103 yards for Amesbury. Newburyport was 4 out of 7 passing for 37 yards, so a total offense for Newburyport 164. Amesbury didn't attempt to pass, so they had 103. 4 penalties against Newburyport for 20 yards. Newburyport was 4 out of 5 on third down plays. Amesbury was 4 out of 6. Newburyport was 0 for 1 on fourth down, and Amesbury was 1 for 2. Amesbury actually had the ball a little longer, 12:52 to 11:08, but 22-12 was the score in favor of Newburyport.
All right, and Amesbury will receive the kickoff here to start the second half, and another squibbler off to the right side. Picked up and looking for some daylight. Again, some good pursuit here by Newburyport, and running number 23 out of bounds here for Amesbury.
Joseph Celia. So they're going to get set up shot at the 40 here. And the 2 for 1. They got the score near the end of the first half and effectively got the ball right back and looking to get this thing to within 4 or 2. One interesting note, they said Newburyport's thrown 7 passes in the first half. Amesbury starting quarterback Justin Doobie has 19 pass attempts all year long.
All right, first and 10 for Amesbury from their own 40-yard line. Handoff inside to Max Sanchez. Sanchez for a tough 4 or 5 yards.
Yep, quick hitter and was able to use that speed a little bit. Got hit pretty quickly, but that's a quick 5 yards, and Amesbury will take 5 yards every play. No problem doing so.
You keep getting first downs that way.
Absolutely.
Amesbury still content to keep the same formation here, the wing T. Handoff inside this time to number 20, Michael Sanchez. Looks for very close to a first down here. We'll see where they spot it. They get a first down.
Yep, so they're just doing that quick handoff right now, the quick hitter. And they like something they see right up the middle with that really quick hitter. And they've 5 yards of carry again, that's going to be good.
Yeah, I got around 54 yards for Michael and 52 yards for Max unofficially. A couple of times I might have mixed up who got it, but 54 and 52.
Out in the end.
Keeps it in the family.
Well, they're not twins for nothing, I guess. Neither one has yet to break one, however. Hand off over the left side this time to Max. Max, again, just powering forward here, but again, into the secondary that time, although the secondary consists of what? 1, possibly 2 Newburyport defenders?
Yeah, usually 1. We've been seeing 10 in the box. But Amesbury just, starting to move the ball a little more consistently. They're growing into the game here, and they're starting to play some Amesbury football.
They're coming off that left side, too. Most of their running plays. Hand off to nobody. Doobie still with the football. He's going to be dropped for a big loss this time. So, again, simply crashing off that defensive line. The Newburyport defenders are just, again, winning the line of scrimmage here.
Not fooled at all. Kane Brennan, who's been phenomenal on both sides of the ball, just came through and got the sack and left a 3rd and long now. Important play here because, at this distance, this might not be 4 down territory if they don't get particularly close, and they might have to punt it away.
Yeah, they don't want to give the ball away in good position. But they still get a shot to get it here. They've been moving the ball.
Big 3rd down play for Amesbury. Doobie outside to number 20, Sanchez. Mike Sanchez picks up about 7 or 8. But that's going to bring up a big 4th down here. So a big decision right now for Coach McQueen. Doobie comes over here to the sideline.
They're going to punt. Doobie's looking on his face. Yep, they're going to bring the punt. We're going to bring the punt team out anyways. today would be the day to see something weird or crazy here.
DJ DiCarlo to do the punting for Amesbury. And is that number 12 back there or number 2?
Might be Sullivan. Could be 11. I don't know. I didn't see who it was.
DiCarlo gets the punt off.
Oh,
That almost hit Brennan.
Bounce for Amesbury.
yeah, there was no. Jones was number 21 back there for Newburyport. Logan Jones.
The 25.
Kane Brennan was fortunate there because if that brushes him, that's a live ball and probably turnover for Amesbury.
So the first punt of the night into the wind by DJ DiCarlo gives Newburyport the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line.
Be interesting to see what kind of defensive adjustments Amesbury installed at halftime because they haven't really been able to stop them so far, and they're going to need stops here to get back in this thing.
Sean Miles, number 13, in there at quarterback for Newburyport.
Sean Miles
Passes over the middle is complete, and a big hit over there.
Pass to Jones.
Sanchez, but it is a complete pass to number 21, Logan Jones.
Jones on the reception there for Newburyport. Jones, one of the co-captains for Newburyport, along with Gus Webster, Jack Sherman, and Jack Sullivan.
Yeah, they're still letting them catch it and trying to come up to make the tackle, but passes downfield, it's a little more difficult.
Miles again has the option, cuts back, and he's going to be hit, but
I think he's
very
got
close to a first down again. Let's see what they spot it. The referee says 1st and 10. So Newburyport keeping their drive alive here.
First down.
They're doing an excellent job of mixing it up so that, Amesbury doesn't quite know what's coming. They're on their heels a little bit defensively.
Well, as we said during the break there, Newburyport has been setting up in passing formations, but whoever's in quarterback there, either Miles or Fuller, have also had the option to run and done a nice job picking up that extra yardage.
Fuller at quarterback right now. Oh, no, maybe not. It looks like he's lined up behind there. Yeah, it looks like it is. Nope, it's Miles. Fuller was right next to him.
Another first down yardage here. Big hit and bouncing off tackles
Miles keeps again.
is number 13, Sean Miles.
Says he's brought down.
Newburyport's yards after contact has been phenomenal. They're not getting them down with the first tackle, and Amesbury's usually really good with that, and Newburyport's really benefiting from being able to get that extra yardage.
Hurry up offense here. Handoff to number 5 around the left side goes Fuller. Fuller got some daylight into the secondary and another big first down for Newburyport.
After gaining the first.
So Newburyport, again, looking good at that line of scrimmage there, Edu. I tell you, they're...
And what's complementing that is the outside guys are also blocking very well and creating that little extra room to really get loose here.
That was another observation we made with the wide receivers, depending upon which side you're on, doing some good downfield blocking. Another high snap again.
Give it to Fuller again.
Fuller drops the right side, picks up a tough 2 yards.
That's one thing you have to watch for in these spread offenses is you got to deliver the ball back to the quarterback to start. Couple kind of high ones, but they've been on target for the most part and had no real calamities with the shotgun snaps.
There's been a lot this year that are high. Good hands on Miles, though.
Fuller, the lone back. Sean Miles again fires it off to the right side here, intended for Samuel Craig, but that one's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, a little too much oomph on that one. He had been floating them in. I think he got a little gun shy after Nico Cox almost took one back there, and made sure that there wasn't a defender that was going to get that. But you got a pretty big third down here. Amesbury could get their first real stop of the day.
Well, Miles has had a lot of time to throw the passes out here in the flat again. Wide open and another first down and breaking it. 21 for Newburyport. Logan Jones on the reception. So, again, whenever Newburyport has needed it all night, they've been able to convert on third down. So
The bubble screen right there, he just cut right inside, took it, and used his speed to cut through the defense and get that first down and keep the chains moving.
hurry up offense again for Newburyport. Jack Sullivan in there, number 11 in the backfield, along with number 9, Kane Brennan. So Sullivan and Brent. Pass again. That one is overthrown.
Yeah, I don't think he had a good grip on that because it kind of looked like he shot put it more than anything. It was a wobble coming out. Incomplete passes are kind of helping Amesbury Scots a little bit. Obviously he's no gain, but stopping the clock as well. So, time is becoming a little bit of a factor here. You're halfway through the third quarter, a little bit more, and it's still a 10-point game.
DeVivo on the intended receiver that time for Newburyport. Craig spread out to the noon side. One man up top. Handoff inside, and again some good running room and loose football. Let's see where this one goes.
Looks like Amesbury's claiming they got it.
Yeah. See what
Everybody
we got
claims
here.
they have it.
You have to unravel this one.
This is,
referee
Who's the
stepping
strongest
in there.
underneath the pile?
Yep, this is going to be a huge call here.
Newburyport says they have it. Amesbury says they have it. Let's
Both
see
teams
what the
playing.
referee says.
No signal, so that means
Newburyport.
Looks like Sherman recovered for Newburyport, number 51.
So all that will result in a nice gain for Newburyport, bringing up a third and let's call it a long 4.
On those runs, it's almost like a zone run, and they're just finding acres of space up the middle for those runs because you only have the 3 down linemen.
Pass out here in the flat, and nice move over there. Good duking down the right sideline by number 11, Jack Sullivan, who was in the slot to the right side, got enough for the first down. Almost got tackled there for a loss, but just some little shifty play that time by Sullivan for another first down.
As you like to say, the dipsy-do right there. He juked not one but 2 defenders. That could have been a loss, but Newburyport is doing a phenomenal job of not having the first defender make the play.
Fuller and Miles in the backfield here. This could be interesting. Miles looking, pass back to Fuller. Fuller going to step out of bounds, but again, a good yardage, and Newburyport's knocking on the door one more time. A touchdown here by Newburyport is going to make it really difficult for Amesbury to come back.
Yep.
8-yard line.
Newburyport's just been moving the ball at will. The
Big
only
third
thing
down
that's
conversions
yeah.
every time.
the only thing that stopped them is the
6
clock.
out of 7. That's
6
third
out
down.
of 7 on third down. Sean Miles at quarterback. Pitch back again over there to number 5. Fuller is going to string it out, and big hit over there on the far side by Amesbury's defense.
Yeah, Will Arsenal came up and, one of the few times today, the first guy there was the one that made the hit, made the play.
Time running out with 3:39 and counting here in the third quarter. So that'll bring up a second and goal from the 5-yard line. Coach Ben Smolsky mixing up his calls here for Newburyport, doing an excellent job. Sean Miles again. Miles with the ball. Is going to pitch it back here to number 11, Brennan. Brennan is going to be in for the touchdown. Jack Sullivan.
Yep, just easy as you want because they have to worry about the downfield pass, and they can only put the 3 down linemen down, and they're able to find the running room all over the place. You have a pretty massive 2-point conversion again because if Aintree can turn them away, they'll keep it 16 points in a 2-possession game.
Well, Newburyport's done an outstanding job. Ball control again down the field.
Yeah, that was 6 minutes and 15 seconds.
Fuller and Sullivan in the backfield. Open formation over here to the far left side.
Yeah, another one of those funky 84 reverse plays coming.
Coming around the left side, pitch back, nice play again, and loose football. Big hit over there on the far side.
He's in.
But the point is going to be good.
Is that Sullivan on the two-pointer?
Sullivan then, huh?
So he just hit the octopus there. Got the touchdown and then the two-pointer.
Yeah, right.
So now that's a three-score game. Amesbury's probably going to have to open up the playbook a little bit here and dust off some of those pages in the back and see if they can move the ball a little bit more quickly than they have been.
Well, what we've seen formation-wise has been the full house backfield all day so far. Amesbury has a couple of players where they'll put a couple of slot men out there, put the Sanchez boys in the slot.
Yep.
But we haven't seen that yet tonight either. So
Well, we had the one on the two where they put Sanchez out, but that ran up the middle. They had the one with the Bloodhound formation. But yeah, it's been power wing T all the way. They might have to change it up a little bit. You need to make up 18 points in 15 minutes and 10 seconds.
Max Sanchez deep for Amesbury.
Yeah, Newburyport had that 5 minutes and 15 seconds for that drive.
Another short kickoff. Ben Wood over there on the right side. Loose football. And still loose. Let's see who's got it.
Thought Amesbury fell on it, but yeah, no problem.
Amesbury's got it this time.
He fumbled it into a gaggle of Amesbury special teamers there. But you get decent field position. You're around the 40. But you're going to have to, ideally for Amesbury, they're going to need to get something before the end of the quarter here to realistically have a chance.
Well, it can be done. Amesbury has been explosive. Today, Newburyport is much more explosive, though. And they deserve everything they've gotten. They've kept Amesbury corralled pretty much the entire game today. Doobie at quarterback. Handoff on the left side. And again, hit in the backfield, but still on his feet is Sanchez. And Max is going to be thrown out of bounds.
Big loss.
Yeah, might have been better off going down after that first hit. But, if you're on your feet instinctively, you're going to try to keep running until you can't.
Excellent pursuit by Newburyport. That's going to bring up second in about 17.
Rare 7-yard loss on a run. That excellent field position just got a little not so great.
Well, again, Newburyport with 9-10 players in the box. Amesbury is not controlling the line of scrimmage. Give Newburyport credit, all the credit. They deserve it. Handoff inside to number 20. This time, Mike Sanchez. He's going to go no place.
For really the first time all season, Amesbury's consistently losing the battle in the trenches. Even in the Linfield loss, they didn't, they at least held their own, but Newburyport's controlling the trenches and controlling the game as a result.
Again, some credit to that Newburyport defensive line. And again, a lot of these players playing both ways here today for both of these squads. Doobie looking to pass this time. Doobie's going to throw a floater over the middle. Pass is complete to Sanchez. Sanchez going to be short of the first down, but Amesbury will probably go for it here.
Now it's only 4th and 2.
Yeah, that was a great play call. Did the middle screen. The Newburyport defenders were like, oh, wow, we got a great rush here. Just lobbed it right over to Sanchez, let him use his speed.
Which was that, Mike that caught that?
Yep.
Yeah. That was Mike.
Yeah.
So 4th and a long 2.
A long 2. Up at the Amesbury 49-yard line.
Big
Still
play
a full
here.
house backfield for Amesbury. Doobie makes
He
the
was in the
call.
neutral zone.
Handoff
First down.
inside and
Yeah.
a first down for Amesbury.
Giving to Michael Sanchez.
Michael Sanchez on the carry.
So
1 minute, 7 seconds remaining. First down here.
that defender really looked like he was in the neutral zone there. But result was a first down anyways. No harm, no foul. But we'll need a little more urgency here. Getting up to the line.
First down and 10 from the 45. Handoff inside to number 25, Max Sanchez. He'll pick up 5 yards.
But other than that bubble screen earlier, I don't think they've had many plays on 10 yards or more at all. They've been grinding out those drives. They've had a couple scoring drives, but they haven't been able to rip off swaths of yardage like they have been through their winning streak.
The only one, Max at 15 yards one time. That's the only one. And then they had the 14-yard pass play. That's been it.
Second and 5 for Amesbury from the 49. Handoff to Max inside. Max is being pulled down and dragged, and tearaway jerseys would have been good on that one.
Yep, I don't think they'd been invented yet when this style of jersey was around. But end of the third quarter.
Well, quick scoring summary, and it will be quick.
All right, so we had one score here in third. Jack Sullivan 5-yard touchdown run, added his own 2-point conversion, makes it Newburyport 30, Amesbury 12, going into the fourth quarter.
Let's hear it for those AHS cheerleaders.
Yeah.
All right, well, Amesbury has been contained here. Coach McQueen speaking to his charges over here on the left side. Again, we want to thank our crew tonight, Mr. Patrick Clifford, our director, Mr. Russ Monroe on graphics, and Mr. Tony Noon on camera for Amesbury Community Television. And we want to welcome all our World Wide Web viewers out there. We got people calling in from California this week, Florida, Virginia. We appreciate that.
We have one in Delaware. Said they were going to be tuning in today.
So we're going worldwide.
That's it.
Technology is a wonderful thing.
Well, it's been an excellent season here for Amesbury. And again, Newburyport had an excellent season as well. As we said, Amesbury coming in at 9-1 and Newburyport at 8-2. So another
Definitely 2-down territory if they don't get it. But
third down here.
Absolutely.
The wind blowing from left to right will be in Amesbury's favor. Hand off to number 25, and stumbling in there for the first down is Max Sanchez.
Yeah. So Amesbury's going to need a series of fortunate circumstances to get back into this. It's 18 points with just about the full fourth quarter to go. They're going to have to start ripping off some bigger plays. Probably you're going to need some luck in the special teams as well.
First and 10 for Amesbury from the Newburyport 30-yard line. Justin Doobie at quarterback. Still with the football. Doobie looking to roll right, fires it out there, and it's incomplete. Intended over there for either Sanchez or Dalton.
I think it was intended for Dalton, and Sanchez didn't know Dalton was there. Because I think if Sanchez is not there, that's plopping right down to Dalton. But, that's one of the things they like to do, though. They like to roll out and get all the receivers coming across to one side, West Coast offense style, and you have all your reads right there.
One thing you got to be careful about, too, you got to watch out floating those passes over the defense because somebody can go the other way. McGarry, Max, and Mike. McGarry off the right side, plowing forward. McGarry into the secondary. Nice run that time by Christian McGarry. He hasn't seen the ball too many times today, but again, the power back, also the lead blocker there from the backfield position.
Yeah. What's really been hurt Amesbury is the quick start by Newburyport. They get out to a 16-point lead, and Amesbury's playing catch-up. They've played them to almost a stalemate since. But, kind of the opposite of the Cohasset game last week where Amesbury jumped out to a 16-point lead and, was able to cruise.
Hand off to McGarry again around the right side. McGarry pounding his way in there, picks up some tough yards.
4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
So Amesbury at the 15-yard line here, but again, the clock is going to be a factor in this fourth quarter.
Interesting, Frank. Mike and Max both have got 66 yards, and McGarry's got 26 yards.
Both well off, all of them well off the season averages. Newburyport's done a phenomenal job of stifling that run game.
Pitch back this time to number 20, Max. Max cuts back in.
The turf gremlin got him.
Given to Michael Sanchez, unfortunately slips up,
Sorry about that. That was Michael that time.
but still gains the line, and it does make it in Amesbury. First down. So the
They-
First and goal for Amesbury.
Moving a little bit
48
quicker
yard
now.
line. Hand off to Max off the left side. Max crashes in for the touchdown.
8 yards out, I believe, for Max.
So
There-
Amesbury gets back on the board here.
Slightest bit of life right now for Amesbury still. 2-pointer here would do them some good. And with 2 scores and the way Newburyport's been moving the ball, I think we're going to see an onside kick coming up after this, regardless of the result of the 2-pointer.
Max Sanchez checks out. Number 3 in there, Nico Cox for Amesbury in the backfield.
The Bloodhound formation.
This time, number 20 off the right side, and again, he's going to be stopped. Michael Sanchez.
Yep. That was Peter Ozazua. Just kind of got him from behind, and he never really got going. So 30-18. It's still 2 touchdowns. And
Newburyport 30.
Well, Amesbury has yet to stop Newburyport.
Great time to remind you
Okay.
folks that you are
I think
running
they've,
out of time to go get your AHS.
Richie, they've scored pretty much every time, Newburyport, right?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah,
The half
No,
stopped
they missed one because they missed the first 0 for 1 on 4th down, so they had to miss one.
yeah, but that was also the end of the half too.
Oh, that's right too.
So,
that was
it
the
was-
left.
it was-
Yeah,
it
so
was-
basically they had ball. They scored
Yeah.
every time except for the half. You're right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
both the 4th down into the half. It's really the clock that's only stopped them so far.
Newburyport 6 for 7 on 3rd downs, and Amesbury is
$20 down by
5 for 8.
Support your AHS.
Not that bad, but again, credit Newburyport with what they're doing.
Yeah, let's see how they handle this. Newburyport's not in a particularly tight onside protection here.
And it's going to be an onside kick, and again, covered very, very nicely. Good call there, Nostradamus.
Good job.
I didn't really take a lot of psychic ability to figure out that they might do one here, given the fact that
They haven't
down
been able
12
to stop the
points and
Clippers, so-
yeah, you have to take your chances there. Now, if you have a stop and you right now would be a real good time to pull one out.
Mosesian on the recovery that time for Newburyport, and they'll take over 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line.
Well-drilled special teams on both sides. They know what to do when they have a situation that's outside the norm.
2 receivers to the top side, 1 to the near side, slot man to the right. Sean Miles at quarterback. Another high snap again. Handoff inside to Sullivan. Sullivan got some daylight around the right side. Sullivan's got another 1st down. Just some hard running by number 11, Jack Sullivan, one of the co-captains for the Clippers.
You wonder if it'd do Amesbury some good, because they're only putting 3 down linemen. They're only rushing the 3. Start blitzing a couple of the linebackers or, getting a couple more guys in there, because that's what's really opening up the fact that there's only 3 linemen against 5. They're able to find all those gaps.
Another high snap, handoff again inside to number 11, Sullivan. Sullivan breaks another one into the secondary and going to be very, very close to another 1st down. So with the wide receivers on the top side that time, they're running off that right side. And as we said earlier, Some good blocking there by the wide receivers.
And Newburyport's winning the one-on-one blocking game out there with those receivers against the secondary and creating the extra room for him to get the extra yardage.
27.
1st and 10 for Newburyport from, let's call it the Amesbury 27-yard line. Jack Sullivan, the lone back. Sullivan gets the handoff, looking to go out to the right side. Again, another piece
Another
of
first
fine
down.
running by number 11, big Jack Sullivan for Newburyport, senior running back.
They're hitching the wagon to Sullivan right now. It's a little more diverse, first 3 quarters. Now it's a Jack Sullivan show. They're letting him close it out, and he's closing it out big right now.
1st and 10 for Newburyport from the Amesbury 19-yard line.
Sorry, not a first down.
Oh, it's
Let's
only
see what's
second.
going on
he-
here.
he
Oh,
picked
second
8
down,
yards.
I'm sorry.
2nd and 2.
Gain of looks like 7 on the
I thought he had the first 2.
Yeah,
so,
I thought it was
See,
2.
they have these 2 things that are 10 yards apart. You got to look at the right one, though. I'm looking
Usually,
at the wrong one. 2nd down. High snap again. This time
he thought about throwing
Miles
that.
is going to cut back
think he's
in,
got it.
and a little push and shove again. And finally, the whistle is blown, and looks like he may be first down again.
He either thought about throwing that or at least wanted to freeze the defender with some sort of fake. But he had the ball up in the air, almost Statue of Liberty style for a moment there.
From just the other side of the 15.
So once again, number 13, Sean Miles, doing an excellent job running this offense here for Newburyport today. Jack Sullivan, again, the last 3 or 4 carries here for Newburyport's cranked out some good yardage. Samuel Craig split to the top side, 2 receivers to the near side. Handoff inside to Sullivan. Sullivan looking for some daylight, breaks the tackle and still on his feet, and finally wrestled to the turf.
Donovan to bring him down.
Even when they corral him, they have him penned up, he's still breaking through for positive yardage. They've not been able to get that first defender to get him down all game long, or any of the Newburyport offensive players,
Well,
really.
Newburyport's doing what Amesbury's done all year, and that is control the clock. And they're controlling it with the running game now in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of closing the show here. They're just not, letting Amesbury get any sort of foothold here.
Sullivan, the lone back, 2 receivers top side, 2 to the near side. Long count this time. Hand off to Sullivan along the right side. Sullivan's going to break it again, and very close and just shy of the touchdown, I believe.
It looks like they're not
I think
gonna give him
I
the
think
touchdown.
Robbie Dalton has a little reason to be aggrieved there. He got a 2-hand shove right in the back on the edge there.
So it is
But
first
you know
and
what?
goal
If there's no laundry on the field, it didn't happen.
inside
There you go.
Amesbury's 5.
So 1st and goal from, let's call it the 4-yard line. Aiden Donovan checking back in on the defensive line for Amesbury. So Newburyport, if they score here, this is probably going to be pretty much the ball game.
I agree.
And give them credit, they deserve it. Handoff inside again, and touchdown.
It is a touchdown for Newburyport.
Who got that one?
Brennan.
Brennan
Brennan.
again, Jake Brennan.
Just
okay.
hit the trifecta of touchdowns. So 6:28 left. You also wonder, Aintree has one more rodeo. How much that they're going to start looking to that and kind of just run let the air out of the ball here. Get that swinging gait again.
This time looks like Newburyport might going to try like they set up the first time they had it. Fuller's a quarterback, Sullivan behind him.
Yep. Option out, throw it to the receiver out there.
Ooh,
Oh,
went
back
right directly to Sullivan this time. And he throws, and it's,
Tapped around there and
Incomplete.
incomplete.
By Sullivan.
Same play they've tried 2 other times successfully, but this time it's no good.
Score with
3 touchdowns. It's going to take something really special for Amesbury to get 3 touchdowns in 6.5 minutes. But, Amesbury, you are what you are. You're a team that, runs the ball extremely well in most cases. You get up early and then kill the game. When you don't get up early, it's really difficult. Amesbury's done it effectively all year. They've just run into someone that's done it better today.
This is the first time since the very first game, which was an overtime game win against North Reading, that Amesbury has given up 36 points all year. So what can you say? Newburyport has just been grounding it, pounding it, and when necessary, throwing it, and they have just done an overall excellent job here running their offense. Credit to Newburyport coaching staff, Ben Smolsky, and his charges, because they're executing exceptionally well.
Even the loss to Linfield, they only gave up 24. It's Newburyport by far has had the best offensive showing.
That one's tapped in off to the side, and good run back again by number 32 for Amesbury, Ben Wood.
Number 32, Ben Wood.
So,
Folks, just a quick announcement.
6:23 remaining here.
Please be reminded that where you entered the field is where you leave. Nobody comes through the tunnel. Nobody tries to exit that way besides the teams themselves.
you
leave the way you came in. Thank you.
Yeah, you're going to see if they really go hard after this, or, kind of start looking towards their rendezvous in Gillette next week.
1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Handoff to nobody. Doobie looking to pass. Going to pop it out here. It's complete to number 9, Robbie Dalton.
Nice little pass there. Was able to get out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock.
2nd and 2. So that's, the third pass of the day by Doobie, I think.
Yeah, he's 2 for 3.
Still that full house backfield. They have not changed their formation one bit all day. Very well, excuse me, with a couple of exceptions. Handoff inside, and again, some good defense again by Newburyport. But he's going to have enough for a first down.
Yep, they'll stop the clock to move the chains. See if they rush back up to the line. Some situations like this where you're trying to move quick, sometimes they'll call 2 plays and run them both back to back and right up to the line real quick.
6 minutes remaining here in this contest. Newburyport with a commanding 18-point lead. Doobie pitch back again, and what a great defensive move again that time by number 11, Mr. Everything out there for Newburyport, Jack Sullivan, as he was blocked from one side but still made the tackle.
Yep, missed the fourth quarter, Jack Sullivan. He's been everywhere in the fourth quarter for Newburyport.
2nd and 10 for Amesbury. Hand off to nobody. Doobie. Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought he carried it
Sanchez
too.
again.
Yeah.
Number 25, I believe, Max Sanchez on the carry.
Yep, tough sledding here. Either any way you look at it, the speed runs, they've been covering those well, not letting them really turn the corner. Even the quick hitters, the linebackers are staying back and not letting them run roughshod. Newburyport's had an excellent defensive game plan and executed just about perfectly.
Now, once again, 9 players in the box for Newburyport. And those linebackers right up on the top of the line of scrimmage. Doobie still with the football. He's going to pitch it back over to Sanchez. Max Sanchez, and Max is driven hard out of bounds, but a good run that time by Max. And
injury.
First option that we've seen all year. We're going to Amesbury player down on the field here. Doesn't look too good. Can't see his number. So
way he's moving.
something
shoulder.
different for Amesbury in that play with the little doobie on the keeper off the left side and pitch back to Max Sanchez for a nice gain.
That gives Max 86 yards now. Michael's got 75 yards.
Was that their biggest play from scrimmage?
That was only, no. The biggest one was the 15-yard run by Max.
Okay.
Yeah, and he said this was a 10.
Trying to pick up who this is that they're looking at here. Will Arsenault, we believe.
That'll be a big loss for Amesbury. Looks like he's going to get up.
Yep.
Yep.
That's good. Good to see him okay.
Yeah.
Good news, everybody. Wallace Nard is back up, walking off on his own.
May have been a little stinger. Not sure.
So Amesbury will take over 1st and 10 from the Newburyport 31-yard line. The clock definitely a factor here with 4:41 remaining in this contest. Newburyport came to play today, and so far they have controlled pretty much everything. They've definitely controlled the Amesbury running backs. McGarry to the left. Mike and Max Sanchez. Hand off to nobody. Doobie looking to pass again.
He's got him
Doobie's
down
going
there.
to file it out there. It's complete to Dalton for a touchdown. Beautiful pass play that time. Robbie Dalton on the reception. 31-yard TD pass.
So that was the longest play of the day by far.
Right.
And he just snuck right behind the secondary there. I mean, 4:32 left. You dare to dream. Still a little bit of football left to be played here.
Well, again, Doobie just floated that ball out there, though. I tell you, that didn't have much zip on it, but it was very effective. Timeout on the field here by Newburyport.
This is the first time they've gone with the wing T on the 2-point conversion. The first one, they split Sanchez out, Michael Sanchez out. The other two, they ran the Bloodhound formation. This is the first one where they're going wing T, and I think Newburyport's a little concerned about that. So not a bad timeout for Newburyport.
And finally, Amesbury's done a little bit different offensively and to put the ball up here in this drive, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah. They've needed to, and they've actually moved the ball, fairly effectively with that.
So that's the first time out by Newburyport.
The big surprise is the passing, because nobody expects it. Now you expect to pass this late in the year, but they could do that earlier in the game because nobody expected it.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with Doobie. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Boy, the way he handles the ball, I mean, sometimes it looks like he handed it off. He kept it. Other times I thought he kept it. He handed it off. He's real quick. Good job.
Those are essential skills in the Amesbury offense, and he executes them to a high level as a sophomore. You've got 2 more years in front of him.
He's an excellent basketball player as well.
Point guard, too,
Yep.
right? Mine's quarterback of the basketball team, basically.
Yeah, basically the point guard. Yeah, right.
Max, Mike, and McGarry, right to left. Hand off to nobody, looking to pass again in the end zone, and a 2-point conversion to Dalton.
2-point conversion is good.
36-26, 4:32 to go.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you have an interesting kickoff here. I think we're going to see another onside kick. I think they're going to try to kick something into space instead of getting the bounce. Newburyport's played those, the high bouncing ones pretty well. But remember, you can't just lob something up there because you can call a fair catch if it's not on the ground.
Right.
So it's got to hit the ground at some point.
Well, 4:32 to go. Amesbury still needs 2 scores.
Yep, still a long way back for them with 4:32. That's still a tough ask for 10, but it's going to have to start here with this kickoff.
Well, it is Thanksgiving Day here in Amesbury, so as we say every year, the records don't mean anything, and Newburyport has proven that. Although the records were pretty compatible.
Like 9-1, 8-2, yeah.
You can't knock that.
Could be 10-0 against 0-10. It wouldn't matter one bit.
Yep.
Aiden Donovan to take the kick.
Newburyport with 6 players up at the line here on the 50. It's a squibbler going to be picked in again, dropping on it nicely. Number 7 for Newburyport, Gus Webster.
You know, even if Amesbury had one stop in this game, even one stop, you know, it'd only be a couple points, and you'd be looking for a defensive stop here. You know, you still obviously looking for a defensive stop here, of course. But
Next Friday, buy your tickets online.
I don't think Newburyport's going to change what they've been doing. I think they're going to continue
Just
to mix it
keep
up.
running it. Yep.
Do what they've been doing.
They've had good balance. 79 yards for Sullivan, 63 for Fuller, 35 for Miles, and 46 for Brennan. Well spread out.
Well balanced. High snap again. Handoff inside to number 11, Sullivan. Sullivan again, just running. He's done an excellent job. Looked like he just sat down on that one. No sense in going any further.
Don't go out of bounds. That's
Yep.
what he, you know.
That's why
the
he
clock
stopped. I think he
running.
went down.
Yeah.
Yep.
On the play will make it second.
The yardage really doesn't matter. The clock's the real Amesbury enemy right now.
Intelligent play by Mr. Sullivan.
Yeah, very well coached over there. Now, one thing I might also think the coach should do, we're seeing the high snaps. If you'd rather have the high snap than the low snap, because if you're trying to pick it off the ground, you know, you might have a defender right on top of you. High snap, you're probably okay unless it's airmailed.
All right, Sean Miles, number 13, in there at quarterback for Newburyport. And number 11, Jack Sullivan, the lone back. 2 receivers on the slot man to the top side, 1 receiver to the near side.
Miles.
Miles still with the ball right up the middle. We got a flag on the play, but Sean Miles.
That's in the holding area.
There's a flag way in the backfield.
Yep. Holding.
And it's going to be holding on the offense, so it's coming way back.
That'll come from the point of the foul.
That flag was a saving grace. Of course, he probably broke it because of the holding, but that flag was a saving grace because that was going to be pretty close to ball game there.
Let's see where they're going to. Okay, so what do we got here?
Play second down, but
All
that
right.
makes it now 2nd and 7.
Yeah.
The hold must have been downfield a little
Yeah.
bit then.
Yeah, he picked up 5 yards before that. So it's
3:18 remaining here in this contest. 3 receivers this time to the near side, 1 to the top side. Pitch back this time to number 9, Brennan.
Fantastic tackle by number 32, Ben Wood.
Ben Wood, you know, he has been really good from that cornerback position all year. And they don't throw his way that much. And he's, you know, been really good coming up to make tackles.
Timeout on the field here.
Amesbury timeout.
Timeout on the
So
field.
that's their first one.
This is really the ball game right here, honestly. If they can turn them away and force them to punt, it's, you know, you still have some life. First down here by Newburyport, probably assaulting it away.
And support all of our AHS athletes.
Well, again, you said it all night, or all morning, actually, as you pardon me. But the battle of the trenches this year definitely won by the Newburyport Clippers. It's the first time, I think, all season too, that the Amesbury line has really been pushed around.
Yep, even the loss to Linfield, they, you know, they stifled the Linfield run. They controlled the line of scrimmage. It was just the downfield passing game that they had trouble with. But yeah, this has been a tour de force by the Newburyport line on both sides of the ball.
2 receivers to the top side, 1 to the near side.
Okay, with the resumption of play, it is 3rd
Slot
and
man
3
to the
for
right.
Newburyport. Under 3 to play.
Another real high snap. Handoff inside, and again running down the sideline is Brennan. Brennan's going to go all the way. Touchdown, number 9, Kane Brennan.
53 yards on that one. 4 touchdowns in the Newburyport Aintree Thanksgiving game pretty much makes you immortal, whatever side it's on.
Well, I tell you, once again, some superb blocking on the left side by the Newburyport line. Was able to spring Brennan down the sideline and showed a little bit of speed there and outraced the Newburyport Amesbury defenders. So that just about, I think, is going to salt it away here.
Barring complete insanity.
Well, I'll make the prediction. I don't think Amesbury's going to be able to get out of this one. Pitch back over, and they're going to try the same play again, but this time ball's going to be kept by number 11, Sullivan, and Sullivan is in for the two-point conversion.
Excellent run.
Yeah, he just absolutely trucked the defender to get in. And that was actually kind of a big two, because if they stop him there, it's still a 2-possession game. You're still relying on those 2-pointers. But it would have been a 2-possession game. Now it's 3, and that's probably going to do it. And Newburyport's played so well. You know, it hasn't really even been as close as the score indicates. 44-26 flatters Amesbury a little bit. And the reason Amesbury's got 26, Newburyport's been up and down the field so much that Amesbury's had 1 million possessions that, you know, they've been able to score some too. But Newburyport's just, you know, imposed their will on this game from start to finish.
Just a tremendous effort by the Newburyport Clippers to come in here on Thanksgiving Day. And as we said at the start of the game, it's anybody's football game. And Newburyport definitely has controlled everything offensively and defensively. They've, like you say, Andrew, the Amesbury's got 26 points, but I have to say that their offense has been shut down. If that makes any sense, but
because you know, they haven't been able to move it as fast or as effective. They got stopped on a few drives. Newburyport is not.
Another squibbly kick going to be dropped on and covered by Amesbury. Number 11 over there, DiCarlo for Amesbury on the coverage.
Now, kind of wonder if we're going to see some of the backups get some playing time here. You know, I think you really got to have an eye on next week at this point.
DiCarlo's coming in. Sanchez, Max is coming out. So Max Sanchez had an outstanding season, as we said earlier. Missed a few games at the beginning of the year, but came back and had an outstanding second half of the season. Still a full house backfield. Doobie barking signals. Handoff inside, and still with the football, running down the right sideline. Number 14 for Amesbury, Ben Richard.
Senior gets a carry on Thanksgiving, made the most of it. I think you're going to see some of your seniors get out there, you know, get a couple plays in here.
See who else is in there. Stacy Peck, number 62 for Amesbury, coming off the field.
I think we have Dylan Palin, sophomore at center here, too.
Yep. Doobie still at quarterback. Handoff inside again to Richard.
Richard, yeah.
Some fresh legs.
That's
Jamie Gray, I'm sorry.
Gain of 7 on the play, 2nd and 3.
So Newburyport putting in some of their second string players as well.
Jamie Gray, another senior, getting Turkey Day carry as well.
So we got Cox, Gray, and big defensive play that time as Nico Cox put the strong arm out there, but he was tackled in the backfield.
Loss of 4 on the play.
It was that Sherman, Jack Sherman for Newburyport on that tackle.
You know, just capping off a fantastic performance by him as well.
So time running out. 35 seconds remaining here in this contest. Newburyport will come out of here with an outstanding Thanksgiving Day victory. Little mess up in the backfield, and again, Newburyport players gets a few yards off the play. Number 14 on the carry for Amesbury, Ben Richard.
They're going to run one more play, or?
Gains back what was lost.
No, I think they're just going to let the clock run
That's
out.
probably going to do it.
And it looks like that is going to be the game, folks.
So Newburyport
Congratulations to both teams.
with an outstanding 44-26 victory. Give us at least a quick scoring there in that fourth quarter, Reggie.
Fourth quarter, it was mostly Newburyport, although Max Sanchez opened it with an 8-yard touchdown run. 2-point was no good. Kane Brennan with the 1-yard touchdown run. Their run was no good, the pass. Then you had Justin Doobie to Robbie Dalton on the 31-yard touchdown run. Dalton added the 2-pointer. And then Kane Brennan salted it all away and made a little bit of history for himself. 53-yard touchdown run. His fourth of the day for your final score after the 2-pointer. 44-26 in favor of Newburyport.
All right, Richie, I don't know. You got any halftime stats
Yeah,
here?
let me give you some stats here.
Alrighty.
First downs, 20 for Newburyport, 16 for Amesbury. Newburyport had 41 rushing attempts for 298 yards. Now I'm just doing Amesbury right now, 18, 28, 30, 39. 43 rushing attempts for 161, 171, 187, about 185 yards. So 298 to 185, Newburyport outrushed them. And
Alright.
passing,
Which is
Amesbury had
incredible.
53 yards.
So someone outrushed Amesbury, that is a feat.
Yeah, what did I say? 183. Yeah. So big part there. Passing, Ainsley was 3 out of 4 passing for 53 yards. Newburyport passed for 62 yards, but they were basically were 5, 10, 12 attempts for 7 for 12 for Miles, 62 yards. So Newburyport they came in their line, really played well, both offensively and defensively. And they shut down the Amesbury. You didn't really shut them down, but they stopped them. They didn't get them any big gains. We only had a couple of big games. Overall, I thought Newburyport's offense was very effective today, too. They saw some plays we hadn't seen all year long, and it was a good balance. Everybody carried the ball, so they balanced it off pretty well.
Yep, they won this game on the line. Credit to the skill players. They made the plays, but it was really won in the trenches. Newburyport dominated there.
So we have the presentation of the Walter Chase Trophy out here for the winner of this contest.
Oh.
All right. Are we still on?
Hey.
Hey, who unplugged us? Somebody unplugged us? The orange cake, yeah.
Yeah, we're plugged in still. We have a graph.
All right, we got the presentation of the Walter Chase Trophy over to the Newburyport Clippers after two previous winning games by Amesbury. Newburyport regains the trophy, and they'll have it for the rest of the year to bragging rights. Absolutely an excellent game by the Newburyport Clippers as they came in here. I wouldn't even say as an underdog, but definitely controlled things for the entire contest, and they deserve the victory today. Did an outstanding job mixing the pass and the run. Amesbury just couldn't get on track. They didn't have any really large rushing plays by the Sanchez brothers today because Newburyport contained everything completely. So just an excellent game for the 100th Turkey Day. Hopefully the folks at home watching and people on Newburyport Cable enjoyed our broadcast today on Amesbury Community Television. Well, we got a second. We want to thank Richie on his final broadcast, Richie. So
thank you, Frank.
how many has it been, 100 years for you?
43.
43, close
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
It's almost there. All right, both of us started off a long time ago doing things, but congratulations to Richie on that, and we want to thank him for joining us today on our broadcast. We want to thank We want to thank our crew, Mr. Patrick Clifford, our director, Mr. Russ Monroe on graphics, and Mr. Tony Noon on camera. My cohort in crime here, Mr. Reggie Martin. So for the entire Amesbury Community Television broadcast crew, this is Frank Gerzak saying so long, and hopefully we'll see some of you people down at Gillette Stadium, as Amesbury will be going into the Division 7 Super Bowl on December 1st.
I'll be there.
Edu will be there. All right, we want to thank you all for the season, and I want to thank you, Edu, for the season so far, too, for your color commentary.
Frank. 9 years we've been together, and it's been a blast the whole time, and hopefully we get to celebrate our 10th coming up next fall.
Well, 10 would be good. I'd like
It's a
that.
good number.
All right. Okay, for the entire Amesbury Community Television broadcast crew, for the final time, the score, Newburyport 44, Amesbury 26. This is Frank Gerzak saying so long, and we'll see you at the next game, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Teresa, put the turkey on. We'll be down soon.
Excellent.
Gould Insurance Agency, 41 Sparhawk Street, Amesbury, Mass. Your hometown insurance agency since 1934. Community-driven, customer-focused. Amesbury Industrial Supply, 24 High Street, Amesbury, Mass. Shop smart, shop local. At one of New England's most complete veteran-owned hardware stores with over 50 years of experience in customer satisfaction. It's been said, if they don't have it, you don't need it. Amesbury Industrial Supply.